What's good, y'all, man? We got Chucky Season 2 finale, Episode 8 spoiler review, Season 3 or a new movie next. Yeah, that's what we looking for. We're looking for, is it gonna make a Season 3 or a movie? You know what I mean? Like, cause it ain't over yet. Like, Chucky's still alive. It was a big plot twist at the end, though. If you saw it at the end, man, it was a big plot twist at the end of the finale, man. I hope they make a Season 3, though. They ain't said anything yet, you know what I'm saying? We were just looking for some clues or something. They just went straight to the, you know what I mean, the next, you know what I'm saying, next show. So I hope the Season 3 coming soon. You know, let us know. People that produced the movie, let us know. Director, let us know. We want to know what's going on next, man, because it still ain't over yet. It ain't over. He's still alive somehow, some way. Chucky don't die. They killed Chucky about 800 times. He's still alive somehow, some way. That spirit is floating. It's floating, man. But hey, leave a like to my channel. Like it up, man. Let me know kind of what you think about episode 8, the finale. Let me know kind of below. And yeah, let's get it.
Hello, my Chucky fans. We have reached the finish line and have landed now to episode 8 of the Chucky TV series titled Chucky Actually, where he wields the world's quietest chainsaw. All I had was the world's smallest chainsaw. But as your honorary Chucky boy, I will be giving you my spoiler review for Season 2, talking about the finale as well as what we thought for the season overall, diving into some Easter eggs you might have missed, pointing out little details here and there, but I also...
Man, that scene right there, he fucked that mom up. She was recording, hey y'all, you know, I was like, do you know your house getting burglarized? But she don't care about that. She don't lie, and she got her ass fucked up. Like Chucky went down right here, and split her down to the half of the body, to the head to the toe. That was just the most overkill ever, man. The second most overkill. Other overkill was the other dude, that little strong motherfucker, grabbed a heart. That was the first overkill. This is the second overkill right here. I ain't gonna lie, no cap.
I really want to hear from you fans. Now that the season is over, we have seen all of Season 2 and the setup for a possible third season. Are you excited for where the show is headed? How did you feel about all this? Look, let's just get the elephant out of the room, guys. I did not love this season as much as the last.
Huh?
I know, being the Chucky boy, dressing up with my figures and whatnot and getting all excited for Chucky, you expect me to just love everything this little redhead does. But at the end of it all, I still have to give you my honest opinion. And if you're someone who loved this season top to bottom, I am happy for you. Me not loving it as much should not take that away from you. There are plenty of people that I've been seeing throughout my breakdowns that just love everything that has happened this season. And I love a lot that has happened. And I was hoping this finale could kind of cement it and make me go, even though this wasn't as good as the first season, it was still an amazing season, and I'll put it on par with the first. The finale kind of just ended up being a summary of things I wasn't so fond of this season. Now, I'll get into more detail, but I just want to emphasize again, it's okay if you love this season. You don't always have to agree with me. It pains me to see longtime Chucky fans get so mad at me just for being honest. But okay.
Nah, I feel you though. It's like some other shows, like they everybody like it, and then you say, oh, I don't like the show or this movie and shit. It's like a Marvel movie. People people love Marvels and shit. But if you don't like it, they gonna jump your ass. This is some for example though. But yeah.
Now diving straight into the episode, we start off where things left off in the previous episode with Andy being able to kill this Chucky.
And the whole time he put his spirit on her. That's why she ran like what she ran like, and then that's why she laughed like what she laughed like, cause she put a spirit on him, on that, that was her Chucky, the OG Chucky though. That shit crazy though.
Chucky doll. Now,
sales teams have it tough. The pressure to hit their numbers keeps rising. The last thing they need.
Now I'm actually gonna have to censor a lot of things that happened this episode. Last video, it was so bloody it got demonetized on YouTube. Don't want the same thing happening here, because then when a video is age restricted, a lot of you can't click on the video, and it also gets suppressed on YouTube. Nobody wants that. But we find out something that a lot of us had suspected here, that in the time that the crew was taking care of setting Lexi free, Chucky had switched souls.
Yeah, what I'm saying, he switched souls. So that other Chucky, I think that was her. I think it probably was her.
The therapist, revealing to us a little bit more of her backstory and connection to Chucky, something that we found out earlier this season, that she just wanted to beat out all the good inside.
Oh, that was her? I kind of figured it was her. I thought that was a mom for me. I was like, that's mom. That's her, okay.
Side of Chucky, make him as evil as possible. And now they take it a step further, where we don't just have to thank this therapist for Chucky remaining evil, we also have to thank her for Chucky being able to manipulate the kids in
I'm telling you, she was all part of the plan. All part of the plan, man.
Season 1. It turns out Chucky was completely lost, had no idea how to make one of these virgin kids sacrifice somebody, and well, the therapist gave him the idea to use some psychological manipulation that ended up working. And just as quickly as the therapist was introduced and shown to be a vital part of Chucky's life, she is just as quickly gotten rid of. I think that's just one of my gripes this season. Although it kept the plot moving, it kept things interesting, because that's one thing I did love this season. The plot was always moving. I was never bored throughout all these 8 episodes. My eyes were glued on the screen. Yeah. I can't say that for a lot of shows, even ones I like. So always hats off to the writers for being able to keep us invested. But it feels like in doing all that, you kind of rushed through some things we wanted to sit with. Colonel Chucky could have been a really cool evil version of Chucky, and just as soon as he was introduced and revealed, gone. Buff Chucky, although cheesy and funny, was something cool I would have liked to see more of, gone. This therapist character we were just introduced to, gone. Finding out Jennifer Tilly was still in the doll body, gone. Father Bryce all this season, then out of nowhere, gone. It felt like a lot of things that were being built up this season, just out of nowhere by the end of the season, felt meaningless or like they had no worth, like we were just all getting to a point to set up for another season. It really just made things feel like almost a filler season. But from there, we now follow Chucky as this therapist going to the office where, of course, since she's a doll collector, the therapist had a Chucky doll.
Yeah, she got a brand new doll all along,
stashed away for a rainy day, and now was that rainy day. Bringing us into the title card sequence that I will admit is my favorite of this season, where it's Christmas theme and the ornaments are famous Chucky items. I absolutely love that. That is one thing I've loved that they've done all throughout their seasons. From here, though, we advance a couple of months to December, where the crew is getting ready for Christmas, and I actually like that this season did this. I know a lot of people want the final episode to be the big bang, super high rush. I actually really like that they put all the high adrenaline stuff in the last episode, so the finale episode can be a closure episode, so we can soak in everything that has just happened to our characters. And because I like the trio so much, I'm invested into their lives. I was actually happy with like that dinner conversation with all of them making up. And speaking on getting closure with characters, here we also get to find out what happened to Glenn. We all figured
Gigi, she switched to the doll again. She Gigi now. GG.
Because of their gunshot wound, they would be transferring their souls to the Glenn doll. And I gotta admit, they kind of surprised me with the route they went with. I really just thought it was only going to be Glenn transferring their soul into the doll body, while Lachlan Watson as Glenda remained in that character. But no, after Tiffany / Jennifer Tilly sneak their way into the hospital and get rid of a cop in a pretty cool way that lit up the officer, that is one thing that they do get right, is these characteristic traits. Just seeing Glenda have the opportunity that, like, look, I'm a blood vicious killer.
I'm not saying she's a killer, but she a good person though. It's like 50-50 though.
A body right in front of me I need to get rid of. I'm not gonna hold back on this opportunity. That's another thing I want to praise this season. Glenn and Glenda, to me, were done well. Even though I've always said I wasn't a fan of Sida Chucky, I was a fan of Glenn and Glenda the character, and here I've loved everything involved with them. Down to the reveal that both of them have transferred their soul into the Glenn doll, technically making their soul whole again. This is what we've been hearing all season, is that they felt like they had an empty spot in their hearts, like there was something always missing. And that was because, just like what Chucky does, where he splits his soul to all different doll bodies, we had one soul that was split in 2 human bodies. Now they're finally whole once again, and we get sort of a rebirth of Glenn, where I'm so happy Billy Boyd gets to voice Glenn again. We hear that lovely British accent.
Yeah, they got an English accent.
Gigi.
Gigi.
Call me Gigi.
I think that was actually a really smart choice. No offense to Lachlan Watson, they've been doing a great job all throughout this season, but that British voice is kind of iconic with Glenn. But it also made sense to me to give the Glenn doll a bit of a redesign. I like how the hair is now dyed a little orange. The makeup is perfectly fine with me. I will say maybe the outfit can use a little bit changing. It doesn't feel as iconic as Tiffany or Chucky's outfit, but they can work on that. In the end, with their newfound bodies, they decide they want to explore the world, where they want to be shipped off to England, where Glenn was actually raised for the most part of their life in the beginning of Seed of Chucky, but they're kind of lying when he says that's their roots. Don't you forget, you're also Japanese.
Konnichiwa. Okasan. Otosan.
I thought we'd forget that, did you, Don Mancini? Now, this could be a way for Glenn and Glenda to retire from the Chucky franchise altogether. They could live happily forever after.
Yeah, that shit too. Yeah, they might. You know, they might be gone.
After in England,
they might be
exploring the world, having some fun. Chucky does get a bit of a mention in this episode that he needs to get revenge on those kids because they betrayed him. And with Chucky having this completion anxiety, he might go ahead and do that. But I gotta be honest, I'm completely lost on where they could take the Glenn and Glenda character. I like what they've done here, but now I'm like, they're off in England, they're doing their own thing. Are we all going to England? But going back to the trio, who are now happy, all made up, waiting for Santa to arrive down the chimney, when it's actually Chucky Santa with his very silent chainsaw he bought.
What the hell? I deserve it.
When I tell you, the Seed of Chucky-isms are very present every episode this season. We have hit Batman and Robin levels with Chucky now, okay? Just like Batman.
7 million. Never leave the cave without it.
Chucky does the same. At the same time Chucky's about to go after them, Jennifer Tilly shows up to the residence because earlier the mom had posted on Instagram the Belle doll that I could have sworn was blown up in episode 1.
That's what I thought too. I'm like, how the doll still alive? It was blown up in episode 1. That was episode 1, episode 2. No, it was episode 1. So I'm like, how the doll still blow it up? Or how the doll still alive if it got blown up though? I don't get that part. Some shit I don't get. You know what I mean? Some shit I don't get, man. But hey, we didn't see it get blown up. You know what I mean? But still, like, we saw the motherfucking kid got blown up. And that was fucked up. I was like, got in.
And well, by the end of this episode, turns out it was blown up, and that's not a real Belle doll, but we'll get to that in a sec.
Yeah, at the end, yup. It's not. It's not though. Nope.
Jennifer Tilly is heading there just because her human body is wanted for murder, and
we found out at the end. If you look at the episode, you will know that was fake. Yep.
Tiffany would rather transfer her soul into the body of a doll because that's just an easier life for her. Bumping into, of course, the mayor in her own house, where Chucky decides to give us the best kill of the entire season, a top kill in the franchise, I might add, that was super bloody and awesome.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, you got blurred, yeah, because YouTube. But that was crazy. That was a crazy kill, though. That was a crazy kill.
It was cool. I wish I could show some of it in this video, but it is too graphic. Splitting the mother in half with a chainsaw, it was fantastic. Even more surprising and caught me off guard is
head to toe, like the whole body is split in half. Like that shit was crazy.
When Lexi shows up to action, is seen her mother just split in half, so angry, and decides to just chop up Chucky right there and then.
Yeah, she did.
I did not see that coming. I'm glad Lexi got her moment and she was able to take down Chucky. As that's being handled downstairs, Tiffany goes up to the bedroom of Caroline to retrieve the Belle doll, where it's actually a trap, and Jake and Devin are there ready to stab her out. And that's when we get revealed one of the twists of this season.
Yeah, the big plot twist
that I feel just came out of nowhere in his own.
Out of nowhere, she turned against them. The little girl turned against them.
only a small continuation from season 1. Caroline being turned evil and thinks Chucky is her real father and needs to listen to him. And look, I have nothing against with something like this happening. If Chucky can convince a child that he's his father to follow in his footsteps and get them to kill, awesome. But here, it did not feel earned. It literally felt out of nowhere, just not...
No, I did feel out of nowhere. That's why I was like, huh? She turned evil? It felt like a question mark. When we heard that, I'm like, what's going on here?
It's well built up. I know there's things that you can carry over from season 1 and a little bit from the first episode. But even then, I don't feel it's enough to warrant this huge of a change, to warrant this big of a reveal. And so honestly, this reveal to me was very unsatisfying. If you wanted to do a little evil girl going around killing, tell us the story we didn't get to see involving Alice. That's Nika's niece from Curse of Chucky. We see at the end that Chucky takes over her soul, and then from there, Chucky just has a bit of fun going around killing as Alice. And then we later found out in Cult of Chucky what happened to her body.
It was fun for a while. People trust cute little girls almost as much as cute little dolls. But little girls can get hurt when their victims try to fight back. Then they ain't so cute anymore.
I honestly would rather see that. Chucky pretending to be a little girl, luring in perverts or other people, and then just killing them off. Oh, that'd be entertaining. But now just to see out of nowhere this little girl turned evil and work side by side with Chucky. How many partners do you have to have, Chucky, to realize you need to fly solo? Still, in this moment in time, we thought the last Chucky doll was dead and gone. So here I'm like, okay, are they setting up a season?
That's how I thought too, but he ain't dead, man. He ain't gone. We thought he was dead right there when I forgot her name, but you know when she sliced him up in a chainsaw. He ain't dead yet.
Where we just follow Tiffany and this little girl Caroline as the new killers. But before we can get the big reveal of what's actually going on, we get another character returning from season 1, Miss Fairchild, who looks like might be the guardian of these 3 kids. And
I think she's gonna be the guardian, yeah. But I was happy when she came back. I was like, oh shit. I was happy
now
though.
They're orphans and seem to believe them that Chucky is the cause of all this. That was an open-ended thing they left from season 1, and just goes to show you this finale didn't have much impact with everything they were building up. A lot of these things were just continued story threads from season 1. Was just another thing that I didn't feel that satisfied with. Cutting us now to 3 weeks later, where Tiffany has gotten herself a makeover so she doesn't look like Jennifer Tilly. She is still taking care of Caroline, which that relationship makes sense to me. Tiffany has always had an urge to be a mother, and this is a little girl with a killer instinct. They're gonna get along well, especially with her kids having left her in England. But the big reveal they have here is that this actually was not the Belle doll. It did blow up in episode 1, and it was actually a Chucky doll in drag, makeup and all, who was laying dormant for 3 weeks. Why? Like, one, Jennifer Tilly seems so adamant to want out of her body and into the doll body, and then as soon as she gets that doll, I'm gonna wait 3 weeks before I decide to
so that's why the spell didn't work, because it was Chucky all along. That's why Chucky was in the doll body.
Transfer myself over. And then 2, Chucky is literally in that doll the entire time. His only remaining doll body. I'm just gonna lay still here and do nothing for 3 weeks. Okay. It's like, sure, maybe it was a little surprising to see that Chucky did this whole makeup Belle doll fake out, but again, it leaves me unsatisfied. This reveal didn't feel as impactful. If anything, it's another problem we've lately had with Chucky, that there's never really a danger or a successful feeling whenever you kill him off now. If we go back to the other Chucky movies, every time Chucky died at the end, even if we knew they might make a sequel when he died, it felt satisfying to see him get destroyed. Here we have seen Chucky die so many multiple ways, and in the back of our minds, if the real Chucky dies, we always go, there's another doll out there. He always has a back.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fact. It's like, if you kill him like she did, I just know in the back of my head, I'm like, he's alive, he gonna right back. You know what I mean? He ain't dead yet. That's what we saw him. He ain't dead yet. That dude never dies, for I'm telling you, that dude never dies.
backup plan. This death in front of me meant nothing. And that's why, even though it was cool to see Lexi chainsaw that Chucky doll, even us knowing that's the last Chucky doll remaining with his soul in it, in my mind I said, no, there's another doll.
That's what I was saying, fact.
We'll find out where, but it's out there. And even backing up a little bit before that, they also tease some things with Nika that now that she's out of the clutches of Jennifer Tilly and Chucky, she still wants her revenge. She's out for a little bit of blood. And it's just Nika in there. There is no Chucky inside this Nika, and she is planning to go after Jennifer Tilly / Tiffany here. And I guess that's cool. I could totally understand her wanting to do that, but that just doesn't feel within Nika's character to me. I feel that she got away now. She would try to rebuild her life or be something better, and just seeking out this revenge, I don't know. It doesn't feel exactly like the Nika I know. It feels like what would happen if Chucky was still inside of Nika. But I guess they...
That's what I thought too for a minute, but that's Nika, like that's her body.
Had to find some sort of...
But then again, like, she did got sliced up, cut up. So, I mean, anybody want revenge, though, you know what I mean, type shit.
A way to keep Nika invested and part of the show if they're going to go with season 3. Because I'll just say it, Nika is the best part of this entire series. Everything Fiona Dourif has done for the Chucky TV series in season 1 with dressing up like her father and being Charles Lee Ray, fantastic. And then in this season with having to play that duality of Chucky and herself, also fantastic. Nothing against the trio of kids, Jennifer Tilly, all these other wonderful actors in the show. Nika needs to be your star. You have retired Andy, Barkley, and Kyle. At least that's what it looked like from the end of the last episode, where you showed them off going into the sunset. I'll be happy if you bring them back for another season, but if you don't, I think Nika needs the spotlight now. She, to me, is just a much more interesting character. We have a lot of admiration for her.
The refrigerator is Greg's happy place.
My kids eat, but I finally figured it out.
We can get all that we need and then a little bit more at Walmart.
Uh-oh. Now this is going to be...
Your body wash is ruining your dating life.
Why?
So, babe, I want to talk about...
And also with that ending of having the Chucky doll go in front of Tiffany and about to kill her, that just also then creates no hype, because we know Chucky's not going to kill Tiffany. Don Mancini, you love Jennifer Tilly too much to kill her in the franchise, and well, I respect it. She's your friend. But I mean, how could that be the thing you end the season off with, and then you immediately do a kill count that does not include Jennifer Tilly?
Yeah, that's true. He did do it. They did do a count.
When that's what you're teasing the ending of the show to be, her possibly dying? We know she ain't dying. Yet that's what was being set up, while Nika is also on a revenge path for her, even though she's about to die by Chucky. Just like, it's just not a satisfying conclusion. I sound like such a Debbie Downer loser a-hole. I know. I feel like such a douche. I never want to be such a downer for the things I love, but I'm only this much of a downer because I have such a passion and love for Chucky that my fandom makes me want it to be perfect. I know it'll never be that, but last season wasn't perfect and I loved it. So really, I don't know. I'm obviously still going to watch a third season if it happens. Don Mancini mentioned that they didn't get the green light yet for it, but if they don't, he would happily finish off these stories in a movie. And with the open threads you let off, Glenn, Glenda in England, Nika after Tiffany, while Chucky is about to kill Tiffany, the trio thinking they have gotten rid of Chucky are in Hackensack being teenagers. How do you mesh that all into a movie that's actually interesting? I'm sure you can find a way, and I will be there day one as soon as we can see it. But I gotta admit to you, I am not as excited to see these story threads unfold as much as I was at the end of season 1. But doubling down, even though this finale kind of let me down and made me realize I just don't love this season as much as the first, I still had a good time this season. I am not...
Yeah, season 2 was good. I mean, for me, I give it like an 8 out of 10 for me. But it was good for me, though, and I'll follow it.
Stopping watching this show anytime soon. Season 3, if it happens, I'm still going to be there watching it, but it will be probably my make or break season. If things continue down this same tone and path where it's comedy way over the story and drama, continuing to lead in those Seed of Chucky-isms, I'll probably be checking out. But if they can find a way to balance some of those great Chucky comedy moments with horror, intrigue, drama, thrills, oh, I am going to continue watching this until it gets canceled. But again, guys, that is just my opinion. I know some of you are going to feel very differently, and we're 100% satisfied this entire season. I'm happy for you. So please leave me all those thoughts down below, what you loved, what you didn't love this season. I'd be happy to hear from all of it, and hopefully we can see each other again for season 3. And if not, there might be a movie coming, and we'll be watching that as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3CFilms or on TikTok at 3CFilms. But as always, I'm Chucky Boy. Toodaloo. Hello.
But yeah, though, man, season 2 for me was 8 out of 10. You know, I definitely get 8 out of 10. Let me know comment below what y'all give season 2. You know what I'm saying? Rating, you know, 1 out of 10. Let me know comment below, man. But for me, I give it 8 out of 10. It was good. You know, keep me on my toes. A lot of surprises, a lot of plot twists, especially at the end. A big plot twist at the end. So yeah, but hey, I fuck with it up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with it. You know, I hope they do season 3. If they do, I hope they do it. I know what I'm saying. I hope they do it. Or they doing a movie. I don't know, but I hope they do another one on, man. Cause you know, I fuck with Chucky though, no cat. But yeah, like it up, sub, and yeah, like it up and sub. Yeah, alright, peace.